Today's Tech Time is all about pictures. So, when it comes to picture editing, there are many different ways to go about it, many reasons why you might want to picture edit. First, before we get into anything, let's talk about programs. There are some excellent paid programs that you can purchase out there. Of course, they can be a little bit steep because of what they're capable of doing. Adobe is definitely considered the standard for those types of programs, but again, you do pay for what you get. However, if you want to do some photo editing, but you don't want to really make the investment yet of purchasing a big program, there are some free open source programs available to you that you can use, kind of get into things, learn how it works, and then decide if it's something that you want to invest in the future. So let's look at a couple of these programs. First one we're going to look for is GIMP. So you just type in GIMP. This is a photo editing software. It is considered excellent. It's also an open source software, meaning that this program is free to use, free to download, and free to build upon if you're a programmer. Most of us are not, so all we're going to need to do is download it. So we're going to go to Downloads. This is where we get to choose how we want to download. So we're looking for Windows. And then we can choose how we want to download it. Direct download is going to be the best. There it goes. So once you get to this point, you just save the file to your computer, run it, allow it to do its installation, and once you're done, you'll have the program on your computer that you can then utilize anytime you want. Now, there are a lot of YouTube videos that have specific trainings on how to use this program. It is very robust, and what I mean by that is there are many things that you can do with this program. It is not necessarily for the beginner. So if you are seasoned at using photo editing software, you should be able to jump right into GIMP and have no problems. If this is all new to you, that might not be the way you want to start. I would recommend going this other route, which I'm going to show you next. But having access to a free program like this is definitely a big plus. Let's look at our other option for doing photo editing. This is called Pixlr. Oh, I forgot the I. It's Pixlr. Now, this is not a program that you download. This is actually an online program. The way it works is you upload whatever it is that you're working on into the editor, which then allows you to do the editing and then download it back to your computer. Now, it does have some new features, like there is a version that you can download. They do have pricing plans for that. But the one that we're going to use is Pixlr X, and that is the free online version. So the next thing we need to do is open up an image that we want to do editing to. So we're going to go into our pictures, find a picture. Let's see if there's a good picture here we can play with. Let's look at this free image that I downloaded. By the way, if you're looking for free pictures that you want to use for different projects, there are some wonderful places you can go on the internet to get these. One of those is called Flickr. I know it sounds just like Pixlr. Let me show you very quickly. So you go to Flickr. And Flickr is a social media site that allows you to share pictures and comment. A lot of the images on here are Creative Commons. The ones that aren't let you know what the usage is on them. So if you're looking for pictures, Flickr is a great place to go. Create an account and then you'll have access to all sorts of different types of images. Now, back to our picture here. So there are many different things that we can do with the tools that we have available. And if you highlight the tools on the left hand side, it does give you an idea of what each one does, which is helpful when it comes to doing any kind of photo editing. So let's start by arranging. That would be your ability to click and move, which we don't have anything to click and move on here. Cropping, if you wanted to get rid of some of the background and focus on the image in the middle, like so. Oh, don't want to save that yet. We can cut out the background if we want by tracing around the person. Oops, that is not what I was trying to do. Oh, right here, lasso, sorry. Lasso lets you draw around an image. I let go, that was my fault. Let's try this again. Of course, I'm doing this kind of quick. If you were doing this for real, you would want to go a lot slower, get a lot closer, and do a much better job than what I'm doing. But as you can see, I've removed the person from the picture, and then I can now paste her into another image if I want to. Put somebody else in this image instead. Many different things that you can do. So let's talk about what other tools are available here for us. Let me undo what I did here. There we go. If you're looking to just adjust like color levels and things, you can do that. There's of course the auto fix button, which will just automatically adjust all the levels for you. But you can go in and manually control this as well. And there are a lot of different control settings that you have at your fingertips. There's also filters that you can apply if you are interested in doing some kind of filtering to your picture. There's an interesting effect. Speaking of effects, here are some really nice effects. Some people like to go like the old time photos. A lot of different types of effects here too. Here's a portrait. Looks like this was created with a paintbrush now. Add a color tint to it. So, a lot of different tools that you can use. These ones are nice for getting things to look just right, especially if you're imposing one image on another. These tools come in really handy. You can do some freehand, paint lines and other things on there if you want to. Add text. There you go. Add borders, shapes, stickers. So as you can see, there's plenty of different tools you have at your disposal when you use Pixlr. Now the great thing is that once you're finished, we have the option to save it. And keep in mind, everything that you do to a picture when you're using editing software is doing so in layers. So this here in the bottom corner is my original image. All I've done is add 3 layers on top to create this new image. So this is not an actual image that you're seeing. This is the different layers working together to create this image. Once I save it, which I'm about to do, then it will become an actual image. It'll flatten all these layers and push them together. So this is where I get to name it. I get to choose what type I'm saving this as, JPEG, PNG. Now this PXD option, if I want to save this as a project that I can continue working with, this will not condense everything and push the layers into an image. This will leave it in a project format, which will allow me to come back and make changes. So let's say those glasses I want to change to something else. I can come in, change them to something else, and save it as an image later on. So PXD is the project format. I like PNGs myself because they're high quality pictures. If I'm happy with everything, my title looks good, I just simply download, and then it will ask me where I want to download this. So I'm going to download this to my pictures library. There it is. So now all I need to do is open my picture library, find the picture we just made, and you'll see now this is an image file. Of course, this will also stay on my screen until I decide to close it out. Once I do, it's no longer online. So that's why it's really important that I either finish my project and then save it as an image file, or that I save it in project format so that I can reopen it and continue working on it as a project. Now I can also create a login account with Pixlr if I want, and utilize storage that they have for me there. So if I were to create a login right now, then this project would continue to be saved, so I could sign back in and come back to it. But again, it's not something that's necessary. You don't have to do this. It's just one of the things that you could do. Now, as you can see, the program itself is not all that complicated. It's really easy to just load a picture and then just start playing with all the buttons and see what you can do, and find out what you know, what you want to know. Again, there are YouTube videos that you can watch that will show you specific things. If you're wanting to do something very specific, there are videos out there that will show you that. This is just kind of a quick overview to show you how to get to the program and the basic use of it. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at this free program, and get a chance to maybe do some photo editing sometime. Again, have fun with it, explore. That's always going to be the best way to learn anything. Well, thank you for watching. Please check out our other tech shorts and other tech classes, and let us know what you think